Hello friends and welcome back to Boost Your Career, your own channel to learn data analysis and Excel tricks. In this today's video, we are going to learn how to consolidate data from three different sheets into one sheet. For example, here we have data for these four students for these three subjects, English, Maths and Science, for these three tests, and we want to consolidate this data into one sheet. How do you do that? With the help of one formula only. Provided that we have all the three sheets, the data is in same position, same columns and same cells, we can combine this data into one sheet. And if we change this any of this cell, it will get reflected into this consolidated sheet. But the position should be at same cells. If I move this data from test 2 to downwards, what will happen? You will see that this average has changed now. If you see, it was 50, it was 70 earlier, now it is 80. I will move this back to the same position where it was earlier. You will see that the average has been changed to 70. But what happens to this consolidation sheet? So I have prepared another sheet with the help of different useful formula, in which even if I change this data position for any of this sheet, my consolidation data, that is my average consolidated data, doesn't change. I will now move this data from test 3 as well to downwards. You will see that this data is not been changed, but this data in this sheet has changed. How do we do that? That is the topic for the day today. So stay tuned till the end of this video, and if you are not subscribed to this channel yet, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel. So before we go ahead and consolidate data into one sheet, let us understand what is our data. Our data is marks for these three subjects for these four students, and for test 1, test 2 and test 3. And here we want to get the consolidated data for all these tests. So I will just delete what was it earlier, and then here I want to consolidate data. So first of all, I will go to this particular cell, but before we consolidate data this way, we need to make sure that all this data into which is there in three different sheets is in same position. For example, this data starts at row number 5, this also starts at row number 5, and number of rows and number of columns are also same. So I will go to first cell and then put this very regular formula, average, because I want the average. If I want the sum, I can put the sum as well. Here I want the average of what? Average of Sanskar marks in English. So I will go here first, this cell in the test 1, and then hold the shift key and then select the three sheets. Hold the shift key and select the three sheets. That's it, and enter. You will see that I got the average of English for student Sanskar, 80, 50 and 80 again. It comes to 70. So I got the average of Sanskar marks for English. Then I will copy this formula horizontally, Ctrl R, downwards Ctrl D, and you will get average for all the students for all the subject like this. This is possible only when the data is in same position in all the sheets. It was very easy. What if the data is not in same position? I will move this data down now. I will see here data I have moved for test 2 downwards, and the average has changed to 80 now. That means now this Excel is taking the average of test 1 and test 3 only, because there is no data at this position. Now what if I want the average even if my data is in different position, different cells in three different sheets? For that I will add another sheet. So to get the aggregate or consolidated data for all these three sheets, even if the data is in different position in one of the sheet, I will add here another sheet. So here I have inserted another sheet to get that consolidated data into one sheet. So for that I will go to data, and then you can see here consolidate. You can just click here and consolidate. This window appears. What this window tells us, what do you want? Function. I want here average. You can get the sum, count, etc. over here. but right now I want average of all these marks for test 1, test 2, test 3, and then reference. So here I will give the reference for the test 1 data from here to here. I have included the headers as well, and then I will say add. You will see here this particular sheet has been added, this particular database has been added, and then I need to again add the database, because this is just the database for test 1. So I will again go to test 2, then select this range, because this range is different, and then say add, and then you can go to test 3 if this range is different, because this range is different again, and then again I will say add. So I have selected all these data ranges from all these 3 sheets, and then I will say OK. First of all, I have chosen the formula average. Now what is this? These 3 options: top row, left column, and create links to the source data. Now when I select top row, this top row, which is the header row, will be added into my consolidate sheet, and a left row also. Both these I want, because I have not taken this both manually there, so I want this to be taken as it is. And then I will click on create links to source data. What does that mean? That means if I change the data in any of this source, automatically it will appear in my consolidate sheet, and then I will say OK. Now you will see here the names have been appeared, the headers are also there, and this average has been taken as 70, 61, etc. This matches to this one if I take this data back to over here. Now we'll see this, there is a difference over here. 80 is the average in our earlier sheet, and now here we got the correct average of 70, because 80, 50 and 80, the average becomes 70, but here it is showing 80. Why? Because the data is not in same position, but here even if the data is in different position, I'm getting the same sheet. That is the use of this formula, that is formula trick, that is data and consolidate. Now if you expand this, what I'm getting this, the consolidate data for 70. From where did I get this 70? 80, 50 and 80. When I expand this, where I got the marks of Amit 61.66, I got it from these 3 data, that is 70, 75 and 40, which is there Amit 70, 75 and 40. So this is how we consolidate the data from 3 different sheets. I hope you like this video. So if you are not subscribed to this channel yet, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel.